Forgive me for not being here for last week's TNA Impact review, but because of my work schedule and my sleepings at work, I wasn't able to be here to provide you with one. But now I just want to run down what happened this week, because obviously last week was building up to what we were given this week. We start off the night with Kurt Angle versus Bobby Roode in 2 out of 3 Falls match. And obviously, when it comes to these type of matches, majority of the time they go down the obvious way. Someone gets the first fall, the other gets the second, and the other gets the third. So it's tie before the finish. And Bobby Roode defeated Kurt Angle. And I think this is a really good thing because Kurt Angle, as we know, within the WWE and some part in TNA, has already built himself up to be who he is. Bobby Roode, yes, he's a guy that screams out the new top main eventer heel, but I still feel these wins over Kurt Angle, this feud with Kurt Angle, is really benefiting him. And I didn't think the match was anything to write home about, but it's all about the continuation of building Bobby Roode up and his ongoing storyline of Kurt Angle wanting to prove himself to go into the Hall of Fame, and slowly it seems like the drop of Kurt Angle. So it's almost like Kurt Angle is becoming the underdog to rebuild himself back up. My thoughts on that are quite into it because it's nice to see someone so top of his game taking a step down to do something for another wrestler. Finally, it seems like TNA are moving the Joseph Parks Abyss storyline a bit more quicker forward. Because my problem with it was they hinted it going somewhere only to stop, to bring it back. So the fact now that Eric Young, Joseph Parks' tag team partner and friend, is being involved to bring out the Abyss character again, hence the handicap match next week between Joseph Parks / Abyss versus Kaz and Daniels in the Monsters Ball match. I think this is a good way to move it forward, wrap it up, and give us the finale of the character. The way they did it this week was very entertaining. Each present that Eric Young gave to Joseph Parks was a weapon that Abyss would use, not a type of food that Joseph Parks was labelling them as. But this was very nicely done. It really brought out a hype up for next week, a push forward of the storyline that was dragging, losing interest. And the fact is, Kaz and Daniels, it may not be the biggest and best thing for them, because they are the greatest tag team TNA have, but it's getting them on TV, and if they're going to play a role in pushing the Joseph Parks character forward, or the Abyss character forward, that's going to be beneficial. First, you had Zema Ion, who I really felt could have been one of the strong possibilities to go. When he first came in, fans were complimenting him, wanting him, liking his character, feeling that he was a true heel for the X Division. Then he came this horn-blowing, time-wasting DJ, which I didn't really like a few weeks back. But he gets an X Division title shot. Okay, the X Division needs to come back on TV somehow. Gunner, he was hoping for a tag team title shot to relive or put together, fix his friendship with James Storm. But he got a world title shot. Gunner, the guy who could be a crazy, outrageous, beat down kind of wrestler, got the world title shot. And this helped to add more tension between James Storm and Gunner. I really see when Gunner does not win the world title, a feud between James Storm and Gunner. Gunner being the face, James Storm being the heel, And I feel that I'm not sure who I want to benefit more. Gunner, because he's a character who people have been calling stale, but has something about him that could be used within TNA, or James Storm, who's dropped ever since he did not hold on to the world title a year or two ago. So this feud could be good for either man, yes, but well done Gunner for getting your world title shot. And then it comes down to the final two, Chavo and EC3. Both wrestlers you feel could be released. Chavo because when he first came in, it was a great signing for TNA, but the tag team he had with Hernandez really didn't spark anything for the tag team division. And then he just came stale and not that biggest part of TNA which we were hoping for. Then we've got EC3. I feel that Sting saved him. When Sting came and offered him a one-on-one match with him instead of doing the briefcase to prove himself, I was like, brilliant. EC3's getting a feud, a hinted feud to make his character look more serious. But EC3 chooses the briefcase, which happens to be the tag team briefcase. So Chavo's been released. It's finally happened that we don't know what's going to happen with Chavo now. He did make it obvious that he's a Guerrero and the legacy of the Guerrero family will live on, but just not in TNA. EC3 and Sting, I feel there's going to be more there. The way that Sting spoke to EC3 and Dixie afterwards, there's more there. Who's going to be the EC3's tag team partner? That could be quite interesting. Just please don't make it a joke. Madison Rayne is back in TNA. Less annoying, better look. And this, she just came back, so I'm not going to judge too quickly. But I'm more calmer and with this new Madison Rayne. She teamed up with ODB to face Lady Tapper and Gail Kim. This is looking like it's two feuds in one match. ODB and Lady Tapper and Gail Kim and Madison Rayne. Not a bad way of showing that in this match. Not a bad match. And it was clear that Lady Tapper is being booked a lot better as a bodyguard, as a wrestler than Tamina right now. I thought it didn't really interest me, but it did highlight two feuds in TNA Knockout. Not everyone likes the way Magnus is on the mic, but maybe that's because of how heavily orientated the Americans are in wrestling companies. So to have a British wrestler, British man speaking in the ring is different for viewers to see. But I think Magnus was good on the mic. He spoke directly, cut a good promo, didn't have any mistakes or botches. He spoke directly to one of the top wrestlers in TNA or in wrestling, Jeff Hardy. And this was nicely done. It warmed up the main event, which was won by Magnus. In this match that Dixie set up, the Dixieland name, which was a cage, go up the ramp, climb up a ladder, get the championship, and you've won the match. Okay, this match was involved by EC3, Ethan, who made it look like he was going against Magnus, but he could have been there to save him. Down came Rockstar Spud to prevent Jeff Hardy from winning, from Jeff Hardy's opening earlier when he refused to take Dixie's side, and they all turned around to help Magnus win. Magnus turning heel, I feel he could have been a great face for the company, but still Magnus needed, for his first title win, probably some help, and for him to be involved with Dixie the boss. I think he's going to get involved quite strongly now. He's going to get looked after well. So this could be a great start for Magnus' time as champion and in the main event. Jeff Hardy, I feel that they may find something else for him to do. I'm not sure what's hinted for him. Maybe he'll go against Chris Sabin. I don't know. But Magnus, well done. Magnus versus AJ Styles, because all this talk about AJ Styles is finished with the company. I feel it's going to be another Mr. Anderson. He's going to be gone, but he's going to come back when you thought he was gone. Mr. TNA has not gone. I don't believe he has. So we're going to see that match happen, and then later a comeback from AJ Styles once they've thought of what they're going to do to bring him back. But this show had entertainment in. It had teasers of feuds, segments in the future. So I don't think it was a bad show. It covered some of what was needed. Just waiting for the X Division to kick back in, the tag team to kick back in. So with those parts missing, it was an okay show. What did you guys think? You know what to do. Comment in the comment section below. Look at the links in the description box. Until next time, from one half of the British Fist, me NJ. What's up? Thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.